day, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Lynn and Kate. Today, we will be baking bread pudding. This episode is dedicated to my dad, who passed away last year. It's his birthday today. He would have been 91 years old, and he loves it when my mom and I bake. And so, this bread pudding is for him. So, this is what you will be needing for the bread pudding. You'll be needing a cup of raisins. This is a combination of raisins and dates. We have soaked them in whiskey already. You will be needing 2/3 cup of whiskey. So this is already the raisins and dates soaked in whiskey. And then you will also need 1 whole loaf of bread, day-old bread preferably. You will cut the bread into cubes. We've already put it here in the bowl with 6 cups of milk. You're supposed to soak the bread for 2 hours, mixing occasionally so that the bread really soaks up the milk. Okay? And then next you will need 5 large eggs. You will also need 2/3 cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of sugar. You will also need 6 tablespoons of butter, but it needs to be room temperature, melted and then cooled, so that's for later. And then you will need a teaspoon of salt and also 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, so right now we're letting the bread soak for about 2 hours, and then we will mix everything in afterwards. Okay, and then we will bake it. Before we beat the eggs and the rest of the ingredients, make sure to preheat your oven at 375 degrees so that it will be ready once you need to bake the bread pudding. Alright, so we will beat the 5 eggs together. And then we will add in the sugar. The melted butter. The vanilla. And the salt. Beat together until it is mixed properly. And we will mix the egg mixture with our bread and milk. Make sure that it's mixed together properly. Then we will add our raisins with whiskey and dates. Yum. Mix that all together. So after mixing the bread and all your ingredients together, we will place it into a baking pan or a souffle pan as they call it. Good. Make sure you get everything. Give it one last mix. And then we will place it into the oven. And make sure that your oven is at 375 degrees. Put it in the middle, and we will bake for 1.5 hours. After 1.5 hours, we will remove it from the oven. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so we will let it sit for a bit, and then we will make our chocolate whipped cream that will go as the sauce of the bread pudding. Look at that. It's nicely golden brown. Smells really good. You can really smell milk and the raisins. So
Good for children, breakfast.
yeah, this is good for whatever you want. Dessert, breakfast. Kids will love it. And it's beautiful too. Okay, so we will now begin to make the whipped cream, which
broiling.
involves double broiling chocolate chips until it is melted and smooth. So you will stir constantly until it is nice and smooth. Yes, so basically that's what double broiling is. Take 2 pans, have boiling water in one, put the other one on top, and then your chocolate chips. This is a cup of chocolate chips, semi-sweet. Now we will be making the chocolate whipped cream that will go with the bread pudding over there. So here is our melted chocolate done from the double broiler. It's already been cooled, so make sure it's cool or else your cream will melt. So what you will need for this recipe is 3/4 cup heavy whipping cream. You will need 2 teaspoons of sugar right here. You will also need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate. Okay, chocolate chips that has been melted. So this one is semi-sweet. Okay. All right. So we will start with our cream. We will mix our cream with the sugar and the vanilla. So you will mix it with the mixer until it forms soft peaks. So until it about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes of continuous mixing, and then we will fold in the chocolate. As you can see, the whipped cream is now beginning to form peaks, which is what we want. So just a little bit more, and then we will fold in the chocolate. So we're done. We will lower the mixer. And as you can see there, it forms a peak. And then we will fold in the chocolate. Using a spatula, you can fold in the chocolate little by little. It smells so good. Perfect accompaniment for the bread pudding. Okay, using sure strokes with your spatula, you want to fold in that chocolate so that it mixes well with our whipped cream. Beautiful. As you can see, the chocolate is now mixed into the whipped cream. And the colors have now blended. It's a beautiful chocolate color. Okay, good. Now we will slice our bread pudding and top it off with our chocolate whipped cream. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Also, hit that notification bell so that you do not miss a single episode, so that you can always join us here at Cooking with Lynn and Kate. Thank you so much for cooking with us today. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. There it is. And we'll top it off with some whipped cream. There it is. Bread pudding with chocolate whipped cream. Thank you for cooking with us today. God bless.